What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's go over the Q&A from this last video. And don't lie, you stared at this picture as long as I did. Look at all those. Each one of these is 1,000 grams of gold. That's just, yeah, millions. This is what you're looking at. But isn't this our goal? This is what we want to do. So this is what we hope happens. So we want the RV to happen first for both our currencies. Get our millions. Turn around real quick and jump on a big gold and silver bandwagon. Get a stack up like this. Hold on to it. Wait for it to shoot up. And then live life like nobody else can. Okay, so let's get into this. Speaking of buying gold and silver, you guys got to come check our friends out over here at Money Metals Exchange. The link is in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half ounce of silver. Several of you have been returning back over and over. It's good to hear. I love hearing that. All right? You just keep stacking. It'll be one of the best decisions you ever made in your life. Watch. I guarantee it. All right, over here we got Pimpy's Investment Chat, same name as the YouTube channel. Over here we do talk about gold and silver, cryptocurrency, as well as foreign currency investments. No politics. Bring that over to here. The hidden things are in front of your eyes. For those of you who are wondering what happens when you post, Facebook did this thing now for all groups. So when you post a post, they make us go through and approve all of them. That's their new BS. And what that does is try to slow down or discourage people that have large groups, especially pro-Trump groups. So what they do is, if you have a group of, a couple 100,000 people, well, then you're sitting there all day long just approving posts. And that's their goal. So once Trump's reelected, I hope he breaks up all these platforms, break them up. That's what he should do. Or revoke the 230 or the 320 thing? Never mind. We'll get past that. Anyways, if you don't have Facebook, come join me over here on Twitter. That's right, I got a Twitter account. The link is in the description. So where are we sitting at right now? I told you, look at cryptocurrencies are crazy. Today they're going like a bat out of hell. So anyways, the crypto started to go back down. Now look at Bitcoin's heading towards $11,000. Yesterday, I think it was, Ethereum was like 328, now it's at 351. So hopefully you guys jumped on this yesterday when I told you. The link is in the description for you guys to go buy cryptocurrencies. If you did, it's going to go up. So what we're seeing is it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. So if you time this right, when it drops back down again, and they'll drop down almost as much as they went up, then you want to buy it on a dip and sell it when it gets up higher, okay? So yeah, they're huge swings. Look at this. XRP above 25. Bitcoin Cash, one of the biggest growths right here at 5% increase. Chainlink now wants to take off again after I just traded mine all in. So 5% increase, good. 5% increase here. 2%, 2%, looking good. XRP, yeah, a little bit on the slow side. It's not even 0.5%, but nonetheless, cryptos are on the run again. Lucky for us, gold and silver still going horizontal. It's still cheap right now to buy. Still cheap. Right now, I just keep every opportunity I get buying more and more. All right, like I said, this is the time. And the weird thing is, to see how over to the side there, the euro dollar versus US dollar, see how they change up and down? Gold and silver used to do that. We don't see much action going, and I'm wondering about what the hell is really going on with gold and silver. They don't seem to be moving a whole lot. You could come down here to cryptocurrencies, and you'll see them change. All right, up there with gold and silver, not changing. I don't know what's going on. Very interesting. See them changing? You'll see them change. So, see, just like that. But gold and silver is not doing that. I don't know what's going on. To me, there seems a little sneakiness going on there. But anyways, nonetheless, let's get out of here. But cryptocurrencies on the run again. All right, let's get in them. Trump knows that they are holding all of this debt, and when he lowers the boom, they will be left holding the bag. Yeah, see, that's my thought. Is Trump is putting the assets themselves with Blackstone. The debt is on the books at the Federal Reserve. So I think what's going to happen is when a time comes, as the debt is on the of the books of the Federal Reserve, and he goes to sell back to the public the company of the corporate assets. He sells them at a huge discount, allowing people to jump in on an opportunity to invest in these company when they're way, way lower. So if he buys them high, sells them low, it's going to damage the Federal Reserve's books and then sack them with all the debt. Again, I think this is what I think is happening. Again, it's speculation. So these bonds, the debts, the stocks, sell them back to the public really cheap. This allows the average Joe and Joan to be able to buy in on companies that are blue chip, Nike, IBM, Apple, all of them really super cheap. All right. And you could get in just like the rich people do, jump in at the ground level. I don't know how cheap, of course, I'm just speculating. But what it does is if you're putting all this money and you're buying high and then selling low, you take a huge loss. But again, he's using the Federal Reserve's money because the Federal Reserve is merged with the Treasury and he has the power to do that. And I think that's slick. So crush the Federal Reserve is what he should do. But he can't do that till after he sells the assets back. The correct ratio, when this is all said and done, is 15-1. Yep, that's the actual ratio, Scott. It's like 6,000 years, but in the last 100 years or so, it's changed. For all of you who are wondering, the ratio has always been for every 15 ounces of silver, you could trade it in for 1 ounce of gold. That has traditionally always been a ratio, but it's out of whack. That's why I'm saying right now, you want to buy silver. It's way undervalued. Traditionally, it's always stayed within 15-1 ratio of gold. So if you're buying silver right now, I believe it's around 80 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold. That's the ratio. So what happens is you hold on to your silver. When it gets in within that 15-1, then you trade 15 ounces of your silver straight across for 1 ounce of gold. Then you hold on to that bad boy. Now, I know some of you are like, well, I want to get rich. I want to, cash it all in. That's fine. That's your option, but I wouldn't recommend that. Continue to protect your wealth. Hold on to some of it. Pass it on to your kids. You know what I mean? Teach them. Have them add to the stacks, and they can pass it on to your grandkids. Teach them how to do it. And then what happens is, like the Rothschilds, 261 years later, their vault holds tens of thousands of kilos of gold down there. And this is how they become rich and powerful. You got to start somewhere. Someone's got to start laying the first block down on his pyramid. You understand what I'm saying? So it says if gold reaches $8,000 an ounce and divided by 15, that's at least $533 an ounce for silver, that is, based on the gold being 8,000. I mean, that is the honest, true ratio that would keep inflation perfect. What do I know? Nope, that's exactly right. That's what we want to see. So people keep talking about, well, we don't just want a gold standard, we also want a silver standard as well. Yeah, I mean, again, these before you used to have like 1 or 2 people, 3 people that would talk about gold being way up there and saying why. Now all of a sudden it seems like everybody and their mama are talking about it. Okay, so it's going to get up there. And, before we're seeing people talk about 5,000, then it went to 10,000. Now people are talking about $25,000 an ounce. Now you got new people coming in saying, well, no, that's not realistic. You could be looking at, because of the amount of debt around the world, $50,000 to $100,000 an ounce for gold. I know some people think that's ridiculous, but no, that's the predicament that we are in. Of course, that would be somewhere along the lines of a full worldwide gold standard reset. Is that possible? Well, anything is possible. Is it realistic? I don't know how realistic, because the truth is we don't know what the real debt is. They've been lying to us for so long. Okay, but we do want to keep an eye on it. Look, I'll take $10,000 for gold. Heck, I'll take $25,000 an ounce for gold. All right. I've been going through Bitcoin market for some months now, and I have heard people discuss how this makes money, how they make money on Bitcoin investments. Please, I'd love to begin making money on Bitcoin too. Can anyone guide me on how I can begin? Okay, so Terrence, in my description, there's a link to Coinbase. you could go in there and you can start purchasing Bitcoin. Now, again, you don't need the full amount. So if Bitcoin's $11,000, in other words, you don't need $11,000 to buy into Bitcoin. You could start off like, let's say you only have $20. I'm just throwing that out there as an example. So you could buy fractions of the Bitcoin. Just keep adding to your amount that you own until it builds up over time. So that's how you get started. The link is in my description. If you follow it, they will give you $10 just for following the link. Holy cats. Who knew we were lending money to the one we are borrowing from? Aggravating. This video brought it all together for me. I get it. Time to get buying silver. Yep, Daniel, you should have been buying already, my friend. But if you are thinking about buying precious metals, once again, give our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange a consideration. The link is in the description. I would appreciate it. Pimpy. Mauricio, you bring up something interesting. You're not the first person to tell me this, and I have not paid attention to it yet, close enough to notice this. It says, have you noticed that XRP follows the silver price? On March 11th, XRP was 11 cents and silver was $11. On July 4th, XRP was 1776 and silver was 1776, and gold was 1776. Yep. 5 weeks ago it was 32. So here's the funny thing, because I was talking to somebody about that. So you're not the first, but it is something very interesting. So somebody said, what if Bitcoin becomes the crypto version of gold and is pegged to the gold price, and XRP becomes the crypto version of silver and it becomes pegged to the silver price? And I thought, then if that's the case, you would have gold and silver backed cryptos. I would love that. You see, that I just don't trust cryptos as they are, and I still don't think you could prove that these things are. I don't know. I would have to trust that they would have to prove to me that these are legit, and that, however, each XRP would represent each existing ounce of silver. Do you see what I'm saying? So that gives you the ability to add to it depending on how many ounces are mined every year. So it fluctuates on the number of XRPs based on the amount of silver. Just like the gold. If Bitcoin is the gold, I wouldn't have a problem with it. They would move with the market. So if 100,000 new ounces of silver are mined one year, well, then obviously XRP would have to grow so that we're always and constantly matching 1 XRP for every 1 ounce of silver minted, is what I should say. Okay? So I like that idea. And the same with gold, not just raw silver or gold. I'm talking about minted coins. Okay? So that that would be cool. I would like to see that. Is that possible? Yeah, again, anything is possible. That'd actually be kind of cool. So for every XRP that's out there, it would represent 1 ounce of minted silver, and every government could do it because they mint their own coins. See what I'm saying? That would be a good way to monitor things. It really would. And Bitcoin would be the same. So yeah, I like that. I think that would be a cool idea. It'd be interesting. So yeah, not the first time I heard that. Yeah, I'm hearing $10,000 an ounce of gold. So a little 1/10 would be 1,000. Which I have one, but I was able to buy 2 ounces of gold in the last 2 weeks. Good deal. And the funny thing is, you're laughing, but I think fractional gold is better than having a 1 ounce gold. Although I do have ounces of gold, but I like the ounces. I like the pandas from China. The 1/10 ones. I think they're cool looking, but I have those. But I also have the Lady Liberty one. So yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I have these. I never even thought about if it goes up to 10 ounces. 10,000. That one piece would be worth $1,000. Trump mentions Kodak. I buy shares in Kodak. It went up, obviously. He mentions U.S. oil. I buy U.S. oil shares. It went up, obviously. Knowing gold and silver is incoming, I invested in mining. Not much, just a few shares each. That way, if Trump's the boogeyman. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying. Bye, babe. I'm not out of a lot of money. But imagine if you bought just one share of Apple or Microsoft in its early stages, you'd be rich today. Well, I don't know about rich, but you would definitely have a lot of money. You know what I mean? Well, if you think about how many times it's split, yeah, you'd be pretty decent. I remember when Apple got down to $9 a share after Stephen Jobs left, and I kept telling everybody to buy it, buy it. It's not going to stay here. It's impossible. And when Jobs came back, that crap shot all the way up to, you guys know, I think it was $400 a share. So yeah, it's you know, hindsight's 2020. You know, if back then I should have listened to myself. I actually have my first child in his baby book. I wrote on there, you know, they're talking about finances. I wrote on there stocks to keep an eye on. You'd be surprised which stocks I chose. I was talking about Apple. I was talking about Google. I was talking about, what else did I talk about? The stocks they should have, back then they were like $4 a share, $11 a share. And then my friend, you know, I did a video and I shared it. My friend said, I did the math and I figured this out. He goes, do you know if you'd have just bought 1,000 shares of each of those back when you put them in your book, just 1,000 of the shares, and I think I had like five different shares in the baby book. He says you would have about $400 million today if you never added from them and you just left them alone. Well, again, I'm really good at analyzing and picking things, but you know, back then I was too young, too stupid, and more into partying. So again, hindsight's 50/50, 2020, whatever that is. You know, I coulda, shoulda. I'd be a lot richer than I am today. Pimpy, I can't afford gold, but occasionally I buy an ounce or two of silver. I love it. I think if I had, I'd be addicted to buying, but oh, I want it. Yeah, you don't, hey, look, buy silver. Silver will outperform gold. Don't worry about gold. Gold's fine and dandy if you can get it, but I don't want people feeling like, you know, oh my God, that should be my goal. No, you can get more bang for your buck by buying silver. All right, so stay on silver because the ratio is too far apart. It'll outperform gold. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. So Stacy, keep doing it. Yeah, I love when I get my silver coins. I tell a story all the time. I thought the Federal Reserve was absorbed into the Treasury. Yep, that's the word. On the debt clock, it shows price of silver and gold going backwards. Yeah, so again, it just depends on what formula they're using because it doesn't say on the debt clock. I think what they're doing is that I keep thinking it's in response to the amount of money that's been that has been printed, but something tells me it has more to do with the international debt bonds that we have. Is what it is mostly geared towards. As we continue to buy our debt from other countries, it tends to go down a little bit. Again, not sure. It's only speculation, but nonetheless, it's still way undervalued, even on a debt clock, in my opinion. Let their assets collapse. They have been screwing the whole world for decades. This is their due harvest. Yeah, you know, again. I know what you're talking about, and there's a lot of us that agree. But we do need jobs to go back to, so we don't want all companies to fold. We definitely need some new entrepreneurs. We need some new blood out there. There's Julie. Okay, Julie was the one I was talking about in the videos, you guys, where I said Julie was telling everybody that in her comments she has fixed income, but even she managed to find a way to come up with 50 ounces of silver. All right, you just keep doing it. No matter what, you keep doing it. Pimpy, I love watching your videos. I will literally stop everything as soon as a notification says you posted a new video. You are the gold and silver angel that comes to sprinkle truth. I like how you put that. Thank you. Hope and prosperity dust all over the subscribers. I love that. I appreciate the kind words. Even my ex, who has only been following for a short time, gets incredibly excited at all the possibilities. And he is giddy. He's a giddy kid in the candy store every time we get a few more ounces to add to the stack. Yeah, I'm still giddy, and I have look. I keep telling people, man, it's like it's still like Christmas to me. I don't know how to explain it to people. Most of you know. When you get your coins, man, you get them and you put them in your hand. Again, nothing against gold. Gold's more valuable. And I do have gold coins, but when I see my silver ones, there's just something about it, that feeling of, you know, This is mine. I earned this. I work for this. Whatever it takes to get it, I got it, and nobody can take that away. I love it. It says, thank you, Pimpy, for all you do and have done to change the lives of thousands. And I appreciate the kind words. I really do. So Julie, you and your ex, I love that you guys go together. That's pretty cool. You just keep stacking, sweetie. You just do what you can to add to that stack. Pimpy, I need to know this. What amount is safe in the bank if there is a bail-in? 75, 200,000? I'm hearing both. Also, how do I get money out of my 401k and get it into metals without paying taxes and penalties? Is that possible? Thanks ahead of time. Alrighty, Jerry. I like how that is. Okay, so, couple things. Supposedly, here's how it works. The bail-in is what we're told, but I still don't trust this, even though I know this is what the rules say. So if you're in one of the big banks and they have over $50 billion in assets, you're subject to a bail-in. So the thought is, get yourself into like a credit union or a smaller bank, one that doesn't have $50 billion in assets. You're supposed to be safe with that bank. I don't trust that, but that's what they're saying. So having said that, if you're in one of the bigger banks and they do a bail-in, the only part that's protected is the part that is secured by the FDIC, which has been lowered down to $200,000. So $200,000 and less is protected. Everything else is gone. That's what they say. But again, I don't trust it. And here's what you need to know about the FDIC. The amount of depositories that are out there in all the banks can't be covered by the FDIC because the FDIC doesn't have enough money to cover all of the deposits. So what I'm saying is I don't trust any of it. I don't keep any of my money in my bank. I just don't. And I know a lot of you are nervous about taking out large amounts of money. I get that. Again, I keep mine in precious metals. Money Metals does have a depository that you guys can keep your money in there safely, and it is protected. There's a sheriff's people that rent out the front space. As far as how to get your money out of your 401k, so I'm going to show you. If you go to Money Metals right here, see this? I showed a lot of you guys, but I keep showing you. For those of you who are wondering how to do this, let me show you. So you come over here. See where it says Other? Hold your cursor over the Other. Move it all the way down over here. It says Retirement Accounts. You see that? And click it. When you click it, this screen opens up, and it tells you what you need to do. It's got great steps in here, great detail. It goes through everything step by step. But if you are still unsure, you could call Money Metals, 800-800-1865, and ask them any kind of questions you want. When you go to do this, just tell them Pimpy sent you. That's all you got to do, all right? And they'll take care of you. They're great to work with. They've helped out a lot of people switch over into the self-directed gold IRA. A lot of people have done it. Again, if you're nervous about switching your entire 401k, maybe you'll consider doing 25 or 30%. This way you're covered on both ends. It still protects your investment. So if nothing happens to the market, that's fine. You still have your gold and silver that you can use, and you still have whatever's in your 401k. But if something does happen to your 401k, for whatever reason, you still have your gold and silver that's sitting over there being held and protected on your behalf. That will go up, and you'll have your money, and you wouldn't have lost anything. If anything, you'll probably gain. I just want to know when the AU breaks 2,000 an ounce and not look back. So, I mean, it has already. There's a lot of people that are thinking that gold is going to hit 2,500 by Christmas. So we will see. That dude's face when you froze. Yeah, I saw that when I froze it to talk. Yeah. Man, those bars are gorgeous, aren't they? The picture of the bars are awesome. SD Bullion has Trump coins on sale. Only 20,000 of them, well, 19,990 of them. Yeah, a lot of people in my group bought them, man. But they also have the QAnon coins too, I believe, which are really badass looking. Okay, Scott says, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. That's for dang sure. So stop slacking and get to stacking. Jim Willie is saying, his insider is saying $15,000 for gold and 700 for silver. For that amount of dollars printed, I think that Bill Hoyter is right about gold being 60,000 plus. Yeah, so look, there's a, again, there's a lot of speculation on it. And the funny thing is, before you used to think these prices were unreachable, but now people are, it's more than possible. It just depends on what's going on, especially with all the money printing that we're doing. So 60,000, again, I've heard 50,000, 25. Here's what I've heard: 10, 15, 25, 50,000, 100,000. Is it possible? Hell yeah, it's possible, because look how ridiculous everybody is getting with printed money. We have to do a reset. I told you this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for people who are on precious metals. Not only is this a time for you to preserve your wealth, but this is a time where you will actually gain wealth from holding precious metals. Plus, silver will outperform gold. And I think they're closing in on the gold to silver ratio. Yeah, it will outperform. There's no doubt about it. All right? But you got to be able to keep an eye on it, because it goes up faster than silver, or faster than gold, but also drops faster than gold. So, again, you have to know when that ratio starts getting closer together, start getting around 15 to 1, that's when you start doing the old switcheroo and holding on to it. Some of you guys are going to have enough to where you can actually preserve your wealth, and sell some back and still have plenty of money to live comfortably. You really want to start having your family learn how to add to. You put it in a holding, under a holding, that your family can use from time to time to borrow, buy houses against the whole 9 yards. So you don't want to actually trade in or sell back your gold and silver. What you want to do is be able to borrow against it, all right, as collateral. So this way you don't have to lose it. That's how these rich people stay rich. How about platinum? Looking really undervalued. So again, when gold and silver do good, usually those other metals do bad, because those other metals are used for items that are considered luxurious. Luxury items. And so when the economy is good, platinum, palladium usually go up. Rhodium's on a tear. Man, I remember it was like $300 an ounce. Now I believe it's up to $17,000 an ounce. Man, that's so crazy. That is so crazy. Anyways, yeah, it is undervalued. If you think so, then you should jump on them. You could buy platinum coins. They're out there. Thanks, Pepe. This was a lot of good information, and I'm on the same track as you. I trust Trump right now, and he's been doing great. But you never know. They could take him out and put in a clone, and then boom, we're done for. Somebody said he looks like a clone now. When he was at Walter Reed, something happened to him. I was like, what the hell are you guys looking at? This guy was sick. But nonetheless, yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to continue to pray for our president and hope that it will do the right in the eyes of the Lord. This country has been under siege since the beginning. Actually, this Satan has been trying to kill us since he murdered Abel. Yeah, that's the truth. But nonetheless, look, I bring that to your attention for a reason. That doesn't mean I don't trust Trump. I absolutely do, 100%. He is my president, and he's a true outsider. And if he called me to arms to protect him and my country, I wasn't lying. I'd be there in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even hesitate. That's how much I believe in him. I believe in God first, Jesus second. Right now, they're pointing me that this guy's a good guy. So I'll take it. I want you to know, Pimpy, that I pray for you. I know you're laying it out on the line to get out our information. I appreciate it more than I could ever express. You just express it just fine. And I want you to know how much I appreciate the kind words, and that all you guys are aboard on this journey. I keep telling you, the biggest reward for me is to know that I was able to share something with you, and people were able to take advantage of it, and it ends up improving the lives of people for one reason or another. That would make me, that's the greatest reward I can ever have. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I still want to benefit financially, but still, I mean, that's a better reward than the finances in all reality. And I've done that my whole life. I can't tell you how many people I made suggestions to, and they took my advice and got really, really freaking rich off of it. And they're like, how come you didn't do it? I just didn't have the money at the time. But I made a lot of people a lot of money. I made a lot of people millionaires. But yeah, and then I got nothing in return. So that's a company I worked for one time based on a campaign that I had. Got them up to where they're making 140 million per year. And you know what I got? I got a $2,000 bonus. I'm like, yeah, so sure, 2,000. I mean, you make 140 million a year, but I got 2,000. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's better than not having anything, but nonetheless, yeah. Let's see here. That's because only half ounce. Half ounce. And what? What do you have half ounce of? Hey, Pimpy, remember when you used to say, try to only buy from local shops to eliminate paper trails? Is that ever possible anymore? And how big of a threat do you suppose that would be? I still say that, to be quite honest with you guys. Look, I'm sure Money Metals understands. Here's the deal. It's better for you to buy locally. It's cheaper than buying from over the internet. The premiums are usually lower. So in other words, the cost per ounce is cheaper when you go to your local gold and silver dealer, wherever it is. Just look them up. When you go there, you usually pay cash. They don't mind, pay cash. You'll get the coin. There's no paper trail. All right? So a lot of them, you just tell them, hey, what is the limit? If they don't got no limit, hell, they probably don't care if you spend although they should report anything over $10,000 worth of purchases. You know what I mean? Technically, they're supposed to, but I would imagine the vast majority of them, I'd say about 98% of them, they wouldn't care. If you're going to spend $10,000 cash in their store, they'll take it. If they got $10,000 worth of silver, you should take it. You know what I mean? But make sure it's legit. Hold a magnet over your gold and silver coins. If they get stuck to the magnet, it's fake. Okay? Make sure you go to a reliable coin dealer. Buy real gold and silver. No paper trail. Hey, Pimpy, can you do another one of those old Chinese gold bonds? Can you do another one on, video on it? How can we submit? So again, you guys, so it's important that you listen to what I'm saying in those videos. What I was saying, I knew for a fact that the Chinese bonds were being redeemed in Switzerland. But that's not, they were being redeemed for the elite, I guess you want to call them, or the powers that be, or the deep state, whatever you want to call them, the people who are connected, not for us average Joe. But some people were telling me that they had those same bonds, and I was like, good, just hold on to, because you never know. So when I find out, when and if it does, and I doubt it, but if it does, if they say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and redeem them for the public as well, make no doubt about it. I promise you guys, when I get that information, I'll find out everything you need to know, and I'll do a video so you guys can go redeem your bonds. But for now, just like you guys said, it's how the rich get rich and the poor stay poor. They're connected. Yeah, I know it's not fair. I know it sucks, but that's just how it is for now. Until we finally get tired of it, stand up and say enough is enough and demand that these bonds get redeemed. Seriously. The Chinese, they owe the debt. They absolutely owed it. They just decided they didn't want to pay it. So, do they have the right to do that? No. Why isn't the international community doing more about that? So, we'll see, because there's a lot going on. You'd be surprised, okay, guys? I don't want you guys to get your hopes up. I mean, right now, they're considered historical documents, but I want you to just hold on to them. Once I find out anything, I will share it with you, because you just never know is what I'm saying. How can we know when the Fed is, how do we know what the Fed is investing in? I believe there is a website, and I don't know it, but there's a website that talks about it, and you usually see it in the news. They'll talk about what they're buying up and where the money is going. But I believe it's on their website. They show you the list of assets and companies that they're in. I really love this presentation. Way to go, Pimpy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Pimpy, do you have a video that you can recommend for what to buy on Money Metals? Coins, bullets, a lot of choose from. Please advise. Thanks, bro. No problem. Al, let me show you. So if you're stacking, usually you want to stick with silver bars or silver rounds. See right here, it's the silver rounds. Go to the Walking Liberties. Okay, see these 1 ounce ones? Or you could buy half ounce ones, quarter ounce ones. You could buy, these are fractionals. You could buy them. No, that's out of stock. You know what I mean? But you come over here to these Walking Liberties. These are rounds. These are not like the actual American Liberties, but they look like them. All right, you can buy them here. See this? Now it tells you like this. So see here, receive. So even so, receive a free half-ounce Buffalo silver round, limited one, good one time, on your first silver order of $1,000 or more, from September the 9th to October the 11th. So we're 3 days away, you guys. So here you go. If you're going to buy $1,000 worth of these coins, this is good. The rounds are a little bit cheaper than your actual coins, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you could buy these silver rounds. There's 26.41 unless you do buy 1,000. Then they're, oh yeah, 26.41 if you buy them. If not, they're 27.41. See that? So this item is 27.41. 26.41 if you buy more than 500. So they lower the price for the more you buy. So silver rounds or silver bars, which you see right here. Silver bars, let's look at the 1 ounce silver bars. See, right now they're 28, so they're about $1 more. All right, that's actually 50 cents more than the silver rounds, okay? So this one, though, you're limited. You can only buy 2,000 of these at a time. So that's the problem with the bars and the rounds. But if you can buy 2,000, jump on them because that's a lot of money. All right, then buy out those. Since once you max those out, then come over to Walking Liberty and spend the rest on Walking Liberties. All right. Now, if you want numismatic side or coins that are a little bit more collectible, so they have collecting value as well as metal value, well, then you would look at the Silver Eagles. And the Silver Eagles right here are 29. You can see you pay more premium. All right. Or if you want them a little bit cheaper, then you might consider the Canadian maple leaf. So that's 29.22. The Canadians, look at that, are about $1 cheaper per ounce. So you guys can buy these, okay? So for $1 less per ounce, you could buy Canadians. Are these limited? Nope, same thing. If you buy over $1,000, you will get a free half-ounce silver coin. So again, these, for me, I would say if you're just stacking, go for the bars first. If you do hit the $2,000 or 2,000 maximum for online orders, I think that's per month, by the way. So if you hit the 2,000 and you still have more money, then turn around and go over here to the silver rounds. That's what I would do. So silver rounds, which are right here, silver rounds, Walking Liberties. But first go to silver bars, 1 ounce. Buy those. If you have the money to buy all 2,000, then max yourself out. And then whatever money you have left, come over here to the Walking Liberties. You will get more bang for your buck that way, okay? Hey Pimpy, if you gave the daily silver and gold spot prices, that would be great. I don't know about daily, but usually I will show you them when I do the gold videos. I'll show you the value. So just like I did at the beginning of this one. Hey Pimpy, what do you think of TD Ameritrade for purchasing cryptos? I don't have an opinion one way or another on them. I mean, I just use Coinbase, but I don't have it. You know, people say that it's pretty easy to do that on Ameritrade. But again, I apologize. I don't have an experience with TD Ameritrade, but I would imagine if you're purchasing crypto off them, I believe they have more of a selection that you could buy from more than Coinbase. But I'm simplistic. I just know what coins I like, and all the coins I do like are on Coinbase. Period. So I don't know what to really say about that. My apologies. 20,000 gold is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think that's going to be about the minimum, to be honest with you. There's Pimpy. Thank you for your hard work. Please tell YouTube that I can't watch the Devil movie trailer commercials. What? The Devil movie trailer commercials. If they have no naked people, i.e. bras, some guys without his shirt on, or the Devil trailers, can't watch that filth. Get it together, YouTube. So I don't. My apologies, Mary. I don't control what commercials they show you. I didn't realize they're showing you guys Devil trailers. I'm guessing it's for that TV show Lucifer is what it is. I can only guess. I don't know. So I apologize. If you want to skip past that, I understand. But I don't control what commercials are on. Or trust me, if I did, you guys would never see a Joe Biden commercial. That's for sure. Pimpy, you are the best. I love your videos. Nope, you are the best. What is this? Show us your stash, Pimpy. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. You guys want me to show you mine? I have to pull all that out. Do you realize how many that is? So maybe I'll show you. So I have some stashed in different locations. So I'll do that. I'll do that one time. I will pull out and do a video on you know, some of the ones that I have. I'll show you. I'll do that. You guys are still shit bricks over it, but I'll show you. Bitcoin ATM in my local gas station today. Anybody else? Actually, I did a video a long time ago about Bitcoin. It was overseas. They actually have a card that I showed everybody. Where on the card, it's like a metal ATM card, and you push like the little button under each one of the particular, and it's just 4 or 5 of the main ones, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and XRP and XLM and whatever. But Ethereum, you select which one, and then you put the card in, and it tells you what your balance is, and you can withdraw from your ATM card right then and there, and it does it live. I like that. I seen that. It was in Japan, I think is what it was. Pimpy, have you ever looked into, is it Theta? No, I have. I really, I'm not. I'm really stubborn. When I find something that I like, I usually stick to it. I'm a huge Ethereum fan, and Chainlink was the one that I was looking at, but Chainlink decided to be a poor performer all over again. And with all this talk about XRP, as much as I hate it, I'm also smart enough to know that if these people are going to push the XRP up, then I just put a little bit in XRP. But for the most part, I think I'm going to stick with, because of I think Bitcoin is going to take off again. So I put some in Bitcoin. I have some in the majority of it into Ethereum is what I like. So does the Fed control the Treasury or vice versa? If the Fed runs the show, then we're screwed. If yes, you have, and yes, I have metals too. Good luck all. No, the Treasury actually is controlling the Fed at the moment. 10,000 an ounce is $250,000. Who's got that? 10,000 an ounce is a quarter. 10,000 ounces. Oh. We're talking about silver. Is that right? 10,000. Yeah. Yeah. That guy that was retiring that did a 10,000 ounce video. Apparently he's got it, but he bought it a long time ago. That was his plan, and he stuck to it, and he got it. So believe it or not, there's people that are my subscribers that they bought millions of dollars worth, in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars worth. So they have more than 10,000 ounces. So yeah, it's impressive when you get that high. Does this mean if silver gets to? Does this mean that if silver gets to 750 an ounce? Does he mean if silver gets to? Yeah. So again, when he gave the examples on the video, he was showing you if the federal, is that right? If the Fed backed only 33% of their assets, you would get one price for gold. If it backed 51 or 52, or I think it was 54%, it would be another value altogether. That's not 100%. So what you see on a debt clock would be somewhere like 100%. So you see those per ounces, price per ounces are still pretty high, way higher than we are now. So again, the central bank or the Federal Reserve is going to have to do something here soon. Some experts are saying they're teetering pretty borderline, and they're all expecting it to happen within the next 18 months. Some people a little sooner, but again, it's still worth the wait because it's going to take off like a bat out of hell. Pimpy, I learned that the Treasury did a hostile takeover of the Federal Reserve. All the gold from the deep state arrest has come back to the U.S. and will be used to back the dollar. Thoughts? Well, if that's true, and I've heard rumors like that too, but if it's true, that's what we want. You know what I mean? That's what we want. We want to go back into the gold standard. That's sound money. It limits the power of our governments everywhere. That's why they're fighting Trump on this. This is why they don't want Trump's Federal Reserve nominees to go in. These greedy politicians who are against that, these are the ones you want to vote out of office. We need term limits, and we need to vote these career politicians out of office. Also, we got to end nepotism. I mean, some of these families have been in there for over 100 years. You just don't even realize it. Okay? They've been like daughters, fathers, sons, cousins, uncles, aunts. They just continue to vote family members in. So for the longest time, a lot of the same families have been in Congress one way or another for a long time. Mitt Romney, Al Gore's family, the Bush family, Nancy Pelosi's family. You know what I mean? Look at Rand Paul's, Ron Paul's. A lot of these people, their family members have been in our government for a long time. So a lot of them have been embedded. A lot of them are part of this bigger corruption. The Vanderbilts, they just change their name. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Or get married and their name changes. Pimpy, if the plan is to bankrupt the Fed, would it be the time not to rely on them bailing out who they are invested in? No, I mean, I think what the guy was saying, I don't, it makes sense. Look, the smart thing is you have to be, just like I say about cryptocurrencies, there is a window of opportunity in which you can make a lot of money. Right now, they're artificially pumping up the market. Now, obviously, it's a good time to ride on some stocks, but the thing is, you risk not knowing when all of a sudden one day it just crashes. So it's like gambling, you keep winning more and more money and you keep risking it, thinking, oh, look at all the money I'm winning. I'm just going to keep going, and you keep betting it all. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone in the very next hand. That's the danger of riding this roller coaster, to be quite honest with you. So, the guy's saying, fine, if you had an idea, like a lot of these people have inside information, they know when when the shit's going to hit the fan. They know this, you know what I mean? So it's not fair to us, but, that doesn't mean we couldn't take advantage of it. You just have to be smart. Maybe discipline yourself. You say, oh, I'm going to ride this ride for about X amount of time, and then I'm going to bail out. You know what I mean? And then just stick to that and don't look back is what you want to do. Okay? So, yeah, it's risky. It's always risky. I was under the impression silver could reach $4,000 to $5,000 an ounce. Is that not the case anymore? It could reach that. Yeah, that's still the case. I mean, it just, there's a lot of different. Okay, let's put it this way. Everything right now is speculation, but some of it is more than just speculation. There are a lot of experts out there and analysts that saying that, hey, this is more realistic than not. So is it going to reach that? Yeah, anything is possible. It just depends on what happens with their move into the gold standard, or them just revaluating gold and silver period, which is still possible without going into the gold standard. Pimpy is a drunk. Sometimes. Love your feed, Pimpy. You are very welcome, and I appreciate the kind words. Why are people saying Trump is $400 million in debt? Well, that's because, again, supposedly his taxes were leaked to one of these outlets, and they leaked it and said all kinds of crap. But here's the funny thing about the tax being leaked. What did you learn? Oh, they're saying that, you learned that although they're saying Trump only paid $750 in taxes, that's not the case. What you actually see on it, they just lied and tried to again, once again, set the parameters and mislead people. When you look at the real tax returns that they have, you see that Trump paid tens and millions of dollars in taxes through payroll, property tax, and everything else. What he did is he took advantage of the taxes set up by the Obama administration that allowed him to pay very little taxes and federal taxes. So that's not what do you want to do? Blame the guy for doing what every other rich person does, is hire people to do what they can to take advantage of the current tax laws. So he didn't break any laws. The Democrats just wanted something to, oh, look, you guys suffer and you guys pay all these taxes. And even Warren Buffett said, his secretary pays more taxes than his, but you didn't see all the Democrats dogpiling on Warren Buffett now, did you? No, come on, all rich people do that. They all do it. Now, unlike Joe Biden, who lied and hid hundreds of thousands of dollars and didn't pay taxes on money that he got. So that's illegal. But does anybody say anything about that to Biden? Nope. It's just one of those things. So the $400 in debt, here's the thing. The people he's in debt to, not Russia, not China. These are our banks here in the United States. So that's the thing they didn't tell you. They want to, he's got hundreds of millions. Well, so do most rich people. You know what I mean? They don't spend their money. They spend other people's monies. So right now he's spending the bank's money. He owes the money to the banks. Could he pay it off? Yeah, but why would he? He'll hold on to his money as long as possible. Also, you guys might not know this, but AMPMEX, one of the largest gold and silver dealers, is running a space out in Trump Towers. And as a down payment for a deposit, Trump took gold as a down payment. You know what I mean? He took gold as the down payment. So nice. That tells you that, see, you can work with some people who are willing to take gold and silver. So very interesting. Trump's plan is to bankrupt the Fed and the central banks. It must bankrupt in order to break the illegal bond that they have with their birth certificates or taxes. The world's current countries are on board with the reset direction. Yeah, I think the vast majority of them are. I told you guys there's this group of people, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're from the United States. Okay? For the past 18 or so months, they've been going around assessing the assets that each country has. And when I first heard about this, I thought, well, why the hell are they doing this? As a matter of fact, I think I did a video showing an article that talked about that. So I'm wondering why the hell are they doing it unless they absolutely plan on going to a asset-backed currency. Now again, there's a whole evil side. The Great Reset are going to try to do what they can to avoid that. They want us to be bankrupt altogether so that we'll go into the Great Reset, which is New World Order takeover. We don't want that. The plan to reset was a total destruction, but instead we'll be set free. We're going back to the gold standard by the end of December, I think, when we fully go live with the QFS. Okay, so I have a feeling if Trump has any real say so, he should reset the value of gold and silver a little bit higher with room to reset it even more before December, before the election. We got a little time here. Next week, we'll know a whole lot more about what's going on with the IMF. Again, it's all speculation about them removing us as a reserve dollar. There's a lot of people who really believe that. Trump might not have a say-so, or that gold is going to be added to the SDR basket, which is good for us, because that means they're going to have to come up with a value of gold for it to be added. So this is going to be cool. Either way, keep stacking, people. We'll see what happens. Right now, it's just speculation. I've been buying silver coins when I can, and this must be a dumb question, but where do I sell them when and if the time comes that I need to sell? So your local coin dealer will do that, but also, I don't know if you're here in the United States or not, but Money Metals buys back your precious metals. So if a time comes and you want to sell them, they'll be more than happy to buy them back from you. But so we're a local coin dealer. They'll buy them from you. You know what I mean? There'll be somebody to buy them from you. No doubt about it. There's always somebody out there willing to buy them from you. I mean, I told everybody the story where I had to sell 400 ounces real quick because I had a situation. And put an ad on Facebook to my local, they do like a yard sale or you know what I mean? Like it's like a money flea market or, swap meet or whatever you want to call it on for local around here. I put the $400 or 400 ounces back when it was like $14 an ounce, but I said 15 and one guy bought it all right away. Well, lucky for him. Now look where the price is. So he paid 15 and it's gained $8 per ounce. So $8 per ounce, yeah, it's $3,200. I lost on a deal, but nonetheless, it was had emergency and I took care of it. But I can't look back. But yeah, it was easy to sell. That literally took me 15 minutes and they were gone. 15 minutes, they were sold that quick. I think we're going into a newer world socialist party, but not with the same players. Yeah, we don't want to go into this. This is the Great Reset. Trump isn't the boogeyman, just a businessman paying back his debt with allowing the new landlords to replace the fiat dollars into the new world crypto market. I don't know about paying back his debt. We better hope Trump's not the boogeyman. The only intel I've heard was on QMAP. So QMAP, cool. I mean, I like what Q has to say. What did Q say? A source said that Xi asked Trump about the price of gold. He suggested to Trump it should be higher than $2,000 to $3,000 per ounce. It should be. Trump said, why not $100,000 an ounce? Oh, if that's under, well, I mean, that's possible, but I like the way Trump thinks because, yeah, so at $100,000 an ounce, yeah, I would be really, really, really happy camper. My 1/10 of an ounce of coin in there then would be worth $10,000 by itself. Yeah, but I do have a lot more than that. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say, if Trump wants to put it out there at $100,000 an ounce, I'm going to go ahead and give him my full support in that direction. Oh, and I'm sure a lot of you will too. And that was it. Doesn't tell you much, but I think Trump's comment. Uh, oh, but I like Trump's comment. Yeah, oh, I like that comment too. But he's right. Why not 100,000? That's how undervalued it is. It also makes me wonder who really has the final say. So in fixing the gold price, we do. We literally have it. It is the law. I did that video showing you not only do we have the ability to manipulate our own markets, but we have the right to manipulate markets around the world. What the hell? I couldn't believe that. So who has that power? Steven Mnuchin. Moochie Moochie does. By law. So that's it, you guys. I just wanted to come back and respond, and I got a couple other ones I'm going to catch up on, but that's it for now. So I appreciate the participation, like I always say before. If you guys are going to take the time to comment, the least I can do is try to come back and respond. So if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.